What's going on YouTube? Craig here from Untitled Together, coming to you with another product review. And today, we're going to look at these. And these are the WF 1000 XM3s from Sony. These are in-ear monitors, or earbuds, from Sony, the latest offering from them with active noise cancelling. In the interest of full disclosure, these were purchased for me, by me, with my own money. So my review is mine and mine alone. So with that out of the way, let's get into it. Alright, so for today's review, I'm doing something a little bit different. I want to focus more on the product rather than my own face. So I'm still going to put some B-roll in here, just certain things I want to show a little bit closer. But I also want to show the product itself. So this here is the box of the Sony WF 1000 XM3. Now Sony, you got to fix your names. Call them the WF XM3. That's great. I don't know why they have to have the 1000 in there, but it drives me nuts. So here is the box, and right away I want to bring out some things on the box. Down here it says 6 hours plus 18 hours. Now Sony is really good, and what they did with that is they have already given you that amount that is with active noise cancelling on. You heard me, 6 hours with it on, 8 hours with it off. So these actually have some very, very, very good battery percentages here, which actually is super, super good in that regard. 6 hours is great, 8 hours is even better. And then it shows just sort of the look. Now it does have here Google Assistant, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Bluetooth, so these are Bluetooth, and they are Bluetooth 5.0. Then we have wireless noise cancelling, and so that's the NC. On the side, nothing really, and then on the back, just some of the specs, and then they have the DSEE-HX. I'm going to call it a codec, but it's only a codec as far as Sony goes. It sort of upscales lower resolution audio to a higher resolution. I'm not sure how well it works. I've tried it. I don't notice any difference with it on or with it off, but maybe in some updates it will get better. HD calls. Here we have quick charge. So 10 minutes of charge will give you 90 minutes or an hour and a half of playtime, which is good. 6 hours with noise cancelling on, 8 hours with noise cancelling off. Let's head back up here. I'm going to talk about the HD quality for the calls. One thing I've noticed when we're dealing with these earbuds, if you're indoors, the call quality is fine. I've seen some reviewers, they'll do them indoors or do them outdoors. They don't do them both. I tried this indoors. My wife, my brother, my parents, things like that, they said I was fine, a little bit echoey. However, when I went outside, I called my wife, and it sounded awful because the wind was picked up a lot. So if you're using these inside predominantly, I think you're going to be okay. They're not stellar, but they're adequate. If you're going to be using these outside for a lot of calls, I don't think these are going to be really great for you. So you might want to change that up a little bit. Down here, the headphones connect. I will do a demo of how these headphones deal with this Sony Headphone Connect app here in a little bit as well. So with that sort of out of the way, you can sort of see here is the case and the USB-A to USB-C charging cable that came in the box. So A to USB-C, that is a must in 2019. I will open up this box here, and again, these have been opened. I've been using these, I've been testing them, so you're going to notice things aren't quite in the right place, and that's okay. So it does break down how you're supposed to pair them. So step 1, follow that, open it up. Step 2 is down here, but again, it's not quite right. Here's some instruction stuff, which, let's be honest, whoever reads that, there's step 2, step 3, and then when you pull this up, you also have your ear tips. Now, that's it for what's inside of here, okay? As well as the earbuds as well, but they were out already. Let me just put that to the side. When I'm looking at these earbuds, you open this up. Now, this is a super nice case. Some reviewers said it was too big, it was massive. I've never owned AirPods. This is actually my first pair of wireless in-ear headphones that I've ever bought. I'm usually not a fan of the in-ear style. I prefer the over-ear style. But when I saw these, I thought to myself, now's the time to get into it. Build quality for this case, Sony knocked it out of the park. It's fantastic from this wonderful copper tone up here, and the Sony little logo that's really nice, and this nice soft touch plastic around. Very nice case. It's a little bit big, but you know what? I'm going to live with that. I carry a bag around with me quite often, so these will fit nicely in a bag. Maybe not your pocket if you have like your wallet in your front pocket or your cell phone in your front pocket or keys or something. It might actually scratch the case, but it's not huge. I think you'd very easily be able to figure out a way to transport this around. When I open it up, you're greeted here with the WF-1000XM3s from Sony. Fantastic. Got a nice little red LED here. Says, yeah, they are now turned on, and red LEDs on each one saying great. When I take them out, it starts flashing blue, and I'll take them both out here in a second. And you can see here, they start flashing blue. They're looking to connect. These do come with a sensor that once they go into my ear, they will start playing. They will automatically connect to my phone, and they will start playing, which is actually super duper handy. So here's my phone, and right, cool Mario, and I'll go in here and I'll just go to some random songs here on my Spotify playlist. I put them in, and they're connected. They're playing. Turn them off. Very quick Bluetooth 5.0 connection. On the earbuds, you're going to see a red R, that's your right ear, and a gray L, that will be your left ear. So really straightforward. And then when I open the case up, you will also see in here, and it's hard to see, but inside here, you're going to see an R and an L as well. So almost dummy proof for that. On the back side here is my USB charging cable. Now this is one thing that I'm not a huge fan of. I'll just move the phone out of the way. It will not stand up on its bottom. It has to either be laid down like so, or sat on its top like so. I just lay mine down, but it would have been nice if this was a bottom was a little bit flatter, just so it would have stayed up a little bit easier. But that is a minor gripe. One thing that people will bring up is wireless charging. This does not support wireless charging, this case. I could care less about it. And the reason being is when I use these for travel, I don't want to have to carry another piece of technology, a Qi wireless charger, with me when I'm traveling. I want to just take this, one USB cable, A to C, for both my Samsung phone and my earbuds, and my Switch actually for that matter, and I am done. So it's like one power brick, one cable, and I'm off to the races. I don't want to be carrying around a Qi charger with me. So, I mean, that's neither here nor there. That's up to you if you like it or not. Heading back to the earbuds, you can see here, oh, they just turned on. You probably can't hear that. Well, let's see. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but they are on as we speak. Okay, so we do have touch controls here. I'm just going to turn these off real quick. There we go. So we do have touch controls here. On the right hand side, we have our media playback. So our play, pause. So play is one, just touch it. Pause is touch it again. If you want to skip tracks, it's a double touch, 1, 2. And if you want to go back, it's 1, 2, 3 to go back. Actually, really nice. I did find myself, and maybe this is just a muscle memory thing, I'd go to hit it twice, but I think I missed the first time, and I just glanced the side, and it would still register, and I would end up pausing it or skipping it or doing something I wasn't supposed to do. But I've only had these for a few days, so I'm sort of learning as we go here how to do these. On the left earbud is your ambient sound connection. So this is where you push it once, it's going to turn on your ambient sound. Push it again, it's going to turn off your ambient sound. Push it again, it's going to turn on your active noise canceling. And what I mean by ambient sound is when I take these earbuds and I'm isolated from the world, if I touch it and I turn on ambient sound, I can hear the surroundings around me, which is actually really, really handy if you're doing stuff with people around you need to hear somebody. If I just simply take my finger and put it on the left earbud, and I go and I use the left earbud, if I just hold it there, it'll actually reduce the volume of my music and allow ambient sound to sort of like a quick attention mode, as they call it. And it works out super duper well. So these earbuds here, you can see the microphones here that are used for noise canceling as well. On the insides, we got our pins for our charging when we charge, and then we have our sort of barrels here that go fairly inside your ear. So if you're somebody that doesn't like in-ear monitors because they go too deep, these ones may, again, not be for you. Now, we look at the ear tips, and if I put these down here, over here, I've got a ton of ear tips, and Sony actually gives you a absolute plethora of ear tips. So you should be able to find something that you like. Sort of a side note here, when I bought these, I put them in and they sounded great. I was like, hey, you know what? These are really nice. And then I was like, you know what? These aren't quite fitting well. I'm going to change my ear tips. And I changed my ear tips, and man, did it knock it up another level. These things, and I mean, this is a perfect segue into sound. When you get the right ear tips on, these things sound absolutely stellar. I would not hesitate, even without active noise canceling, these things sound freaking amazing. Now, again, I'm not an in-ear monitor guy to no end. But I know what I like, and I know what sounds nice. And these things sound wicked good, man. Wicked good. They have great highs, amazing mids, great low end. These things are the all-around beast. And for about, I think about $230 US, these things kill it for sound. But you need to make sure you get the appropriate ear tips on. You put them in, they don't sound great. Before you return them, before you start getting upset, try out some of these ear tips. Try them out. Even if you think, no, you know what, I've been a medium person my whole life. Sure, if the mediums don't sound great, try the larges. Try the smalls. I mean, you probably don't go down in size, but try the larges. You need that good seal. You need that amazing isolation to make these things sound wicked good. Now, the one thing I do want to bring up, and this is some stuff that some people brought up in reviews that said they weren't happy about it, is volume control. There is no volume control on this. But if I go and I put these in my ear, okay, so I put them in the ear, put it in my ear. If I hold the right end, I can call up my Google Assistant. And that's, oh, so it was listening to me, but I can call up my Google Assistant, and I can take this, and I can go, hey Google, set volume to 80%. And now it sets my volume to whatever I want it to. So I said 80%, so it's now 80%. So true, there are no actual hardware volume controls on this, but there is Google Assistant volume controls. So it's not doom and gloom like some people say about how upset they are about it. It actually works really, really well. So it's, you know what, together it's the really nice, solid package that they've given us here. The sound is stellar. And this, I haven't even talked about the app yet. We're going to get to the app here in a second. But the sound is stellar. The fit is stellar. I put these things in, and I'll cut to some B-roll of these things in my ears. And I'm going to shake the absolute crap out of my head. And you're going to see that these things aren't going anywhere. Like, I shook my head a lot harder than most people I think will. And these things, I almost tried to make them fly out of my ear. And I couldn't. I gave myself a headache trying this. So, fit, great. Sound, amazing. Style, wonderful. Connection, Bluetooth 5.0. I haven't had a single problem with a connection to my cell phone or my Android tablet. Now, both Androids. One thing I have had a problem with, however, and this is, hopefully Sony will watch this, I cannot get them to play anything better than tape quality on my laptop. So that is a concern for me, Sony. Get me some drivers get me a way to make it work with my laptop. I have an Acer laptop. Now, that could just be my laptop's problem, but it's something that you need to be aware of, that if you want to use these for an office setting and have them hooked up to your actual PC to listen to music, you could run into some problems, okay? Just be aware. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at the app. All right, so here's the app on my Galaxy S10 Plus. And you can see here right at the top, got the WF 1000 XM3s. They're both, my right and left, are at 100%. You can use these in a single use scenario. So if you want to listen to just your right earbud, you can listen to just the right earbud. If you want to listen to the left earbud, you can listen to just the left earbud. It's up to you. You don't have to have them both in if you just want mono sound, which is nice. So both of them are at 100%, which is really nice. Here's my ambient sound control. So I turn this off. This is going to read my surroundings if I turn it on, and it's going to adjust my noise cancellation to the best thing that it thinks. I leave mine off just because I like the control. Here's my noise canceling. So I come here and I can turn my noise canceling anywhere from 0 all the way up to 20. That is the most noise canceling. That is going to isolate as much as possible from your surroundings. Now the noise canceling works really well, but it's only going to block out low frequencies, air conditioners, maybe road noise, fans, stuff like that. If somebody comes in and starts like beaking at you, it's not going to get them out as much as you would like, probably. If I come down, we have an equalizer. We have a 5-band equalizer that you can play around with. You can custom make these, or you can set it to just what I have is excited. It's fantastic. But if you want, you can click into here, come over to mellow, relaxed, vocal, treble, bass boost, speech, manual, custom 1, custom 2, off, bright, and back to excited. So that's really nice. Down below, we have our, sorry, I had a little bit of a brain fart there. Here's our music. This is the music that we're playing. So if I click on that, I can control my music from this app as well. Now this is from Spotify, but it works. Pause when the headphones are taken off. So I take a headphone out, it's automatically going to pause my music, which is really nice. Sound quality mode, priority sound quality. If I go in here, I can do either connection or sound quality. Now, I've had 0 problems with connection, so I have it on sound quality until I do. And now here's that DSEEHX, and I have it off. I don't really notice much of a difference when I have it on, so I keep it off just to conserve some battery life. Then, I have some customizations if I want to change the right or left buttons. So if you don't want your media controls on the right button, you can switch it to whatever you want. If you want the left button to not be your ambient sound or your noise canceling, you can change it to your Google Assistant. Very straightforward, very easy. And then automatic power off. So off when the headphones are taken out. So I take them out and they're automatically going to turn off to conserve my battery. Notification and voice guide. And I have my language is English because I speak English. And then we have our software downloads below. So when Sony decides they're going to let go a firmware update, we can then go through that. So here's a look, guys. Now, again, and you probably can kind of get this. I don't want to be a guy that's hyping and jumping on the bandwagon, but these earbuds here sound absolutely amazing. These change my mind on in-ear monitors. I used to think that a small, 5, 3, 6, 7 millimeter driver could never put out the sound that a 50 millimeter driver could in a pair of over-ear headphones. These things changed my mind. These things made me a believer that Sony, up in their tower there, they're doing some weird magic, man. They're making things far better than I ever thought they could. These things sound great. I got the right ear tips in. I think I'm the medium ear tips. They fit amazing. They sound amazing. The ANC works. The call quality is decent. There's a couple little problems that some people might have that I talked about. But other than that, guys, I think these are a steal of a deal at the price that you ask for them. I think they're absolutely fantastic. Now, they are expensive, but if you're looking for a pair of in-ear monitors that have the quality and the feature set, you cannot go wrong with these. So this review out of the way, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this review. Leave any comments you want down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.